Welcome to Module 2, Officials. First and foremost, you are a team. There are 7 members on an officiating team. Our jobs are either R1, the up official who is overall in charge of the match, or R2, the down official. The R1 conducts the captain's meeting, manages the pace and tone of the match, is responsible for the serving team alignment, enforces the rules, and has final say on all calls. The R2 is responsible for the team benches, the scorers table, timeouts, alignments, net faults, and substitutions. The other 5 additional official team members are provided by the host school, and they are the line judges and score table personnel. As officials, your jurisdiction starts the minute you arrive in the gym. Most matches are scheduled to start at 4:30. You should be in the gym in uniform 30 minutes prior to the scheduled start of the game. Partners should keep your phone handy until such time that both referees are on site. Net measurements, ground rules, match expectations, subtle signal discussion, and site-specific information should be covered by the R1 and R2 in their referee meeting upon arrival, but prior to the captain's meeting. About 18 minutes prior to match start time, the R1 will call a captain's meeting. The R2, the head coach, and at least one captain from each team must be in attendance. If for some reason the R1 is running late and the R2 should go ahead and conduct the meeting, communication with your partner is key. During the captain's meeting, ground rules and match expectations should be addressed, the sportsmanship instructions given, and both teams should hand in their rosters. Also, remind coaches their lineups are due prior to the 2-minute warm-up mark. The sanction for turning in a lineup late is a loss of point for the receiving team or a loss of serve and point for the serving team. For the coin toss, the R1 flips the coin, catches, then shows the coin. Do not flip the coin over onto the back of your hand. The coin toss is to decide if the winner will serve or receive. The home team selects their bench prior to the visiting team's arrival. While the coin is in the air, the visiting team captain will call the coin, and the home team captain will repeat the call. As the season progresses, the captain's meetings will be where you will remind players and coaches of any situation updates. During the warm-up period, the R1 should meet with all line judges and go over their jobs, and the R2 should be directing the scorer's table. Begin warm-ups 15 minutes prior to the official start time. Warm-up is broken down as 7-7-1. That means each team gets the entire court for 7 minutes, including service warm-up. There should be no one from the other team on the court except to shag the ball, and those players must be properly attired. No sandals, slides, or bare feet. The visiting team takes the first 7 minutes. The last minute is used to clear the court in preparation to start the match. At the conclusion of warm-ups, both teams go to their respective end line and wait for the R1 signal to approach the net. Teams will go to their benches, the R2 will check the lineups, confirm that the table is ready, then turn the court over to the R1. During each set, teams have 2 timeouts each. Timeouts are 1 minute long, with a brief whistle at the 45-second mark, at which time the teams should be wrapping it up, and at the 1 minute mark, a final whistle ending the timeout. Teams should be back on the court and ready to play. Sometimes, a team may try to take advantage. Simply give them a warning, and if they continue, then issue a delay warning accordingly. The same goes with between sets. There are 3 minutes between sets, and lineups should be turned in at the 1 minute mark. Again, late turn-in is a loss of serve and point or loss of point. When there is 15 seconds left, there should be a brief warning whistle reminding the teams that time is almost up and to wrap it up. At the final 3-minute whistle, teams should be back on the court. Again, warn coaches. And remember, folks, blow those whistles loud and proud. They have to be heard over everything. At the conclusion of each set, the R2 should verify the set by initialing, and at the conclusion of the match, the R1 should verify the entire match by initialing. Once the score sheet is completed, the R1 and R2 should gather their belongings and depart as a team. Never stand around and discuss plays, teams, players, or coaches. If there are questions or discussions necessary, they need to be done discreetly and away from everyone, maybe even by phone after arriving home. While we have done our best to provide quality and easily absorbable information, there are bound to be questions or maybe situations not addressed in the information provided. Once you have completed our online training, our final online meeting will be a question and answer session via Zoom. You will be notified through Arbiter of the Zoom meeting date as well as for the on-court training session date as soon as those dates are confirmed. The remaining balance of your online training consists of 7 videos, 2 modules, and 1 practice tutorial. The 2 modules and 1 tutorial included are a scorekeeping module, a libero tracking module, and a scorekeeping practice tutorial. Because scorekeeping and libero tracking is something you must know, but not something you will physically do a lot of, these 3 modules have been purposely set up to be advanced by you at your own pace. As an R2, it is important that you know the basics of scorekeeping and libero tracking in order to help keep the match running smoothly. Finally, when you are preparing to take the FHSAA exam, be sure to study the new rules or changes of rules this year and your 2021 rulebook. New or updated rules are always a point of emphasis on the FHSAA test. You can also find more helpful training videos by viewing the FHSAA webinars at arbitersports.com. FHSAA Central NFHS-training-videos. This concludes Module 2. Good luck and have a great season.